Hey guys, Seeney here, and you might have seen some of the music videos I've shot in the last couple of years and wondered, how is it that the camera movements can seem so smooth and so cinematic? And whenever I'm shooting something on my phone or a camera, it seems to be really shaky and unstable. Well, I have the secret, and I want to share that with you guys today, and it comes down to this piece of kit right here. Now, some of you guys might know what this is. This is what you call a gimbal. Now, a gimbal basically stabilizes the camera so that when you move it, it's not going to be super shaky like you would get if you were hand holding the camera. So basically how it works is it has three axes, I don't know, either way, but it has three, and basically it smooths out the movement on each of those planes. So as you can see, there's a motor down the bottom in here, there's a motor here, and there's a motor here. So each of these three work in different directions to help stabilize the camera. So what you do is, if you have a camera like this, you can basically put it on with the base plate. You need to make sure that it's all balanced. Like here you can see it's a little bit too far forward and the camera tilts down. You just want to get it as close as you can to being in the center. So when you get it right, you'll know, because the camera will be roughly balanced in the center, and then of course you lock it into place. Now the same thing works when you're working with mobile phones. There's small gimbals for mobile phones, and it dramatically improves the quality of the footage. So because they're motorized, it needs to have power, so I turn this on. All the motors will lock into place. And as you can see, as I move the camera through the air, it is now incredibly stable. So this particular gimbal is called the Ronin S, and it has a few different modes that you can use, which are really interesting. You can get some really cinematic shots. So what I tend to do is a lot of side-to-side movement with the camera kind of turning in, and I find that to be a really effective way to get some great shots. So very effective gimbal. I found out that one of the other features, which is pretty cool with this particular gimbal, is you can get the camera to rotate, which I thought was a pretty fun feature. I don't know how useful it'll be all the time, but hey, it might be pretty cool. So yes, of course, you double tap and it'll bring it back into the center. So really interesting piece of kit. You can obviously control the direction of the gimbal also with the joystick on the back, which is another great feature. So say you want to have a nice pan up, you can do that without actually having to touch the camera, so you can get a really smooth shot. Of course, you can turn it left and you can turn it right and turn it down and around. So basically the camera is on a remote control, which is a great way of making sure you're getting your shots 100% right, just through pointing in the right direction and also just tightening them up a little bit with the joystick. So really interesting piece of kit. I'd recommend it for people that are shooting videos even on a mobile phone, if that's what you're doing to get some content. Incredible, because the shots just come out a lot smoother, it looks a lot more professional, and you don't have to go to the expense of spending a lot of money on getting a big camera setup like this. But of course, you know, if you do have a DSLR and you want to get better shots, then obviously a gimbal's the way to go. I pretty much shoot everything on a gimbal. Just seems to be a really effective way of filming. So I hope you guys found this video interesting. A little bit of insight into how I get the cinematic shots that I do when I'm shooting with different artists. And you know, if you're interested in coming and shooting a video with me, then please get in contact. We've got a massive March coming up, but I do have some time in April, so please get in contact and I'd love to shoot something amazing with you.